There's something I need to share with you today, something that could genuinely transform your intimate life. And I'm not talking about tricks or gimmicks. I'm talking about research-backed understanding that most people simply never receive. Well, I'm Dr. Nerea Wolf, urologist and pelvic surgeon, and if you ever face questions or concerns about your intimate health, whether it's about connection, satisfaction, or simply understanding your body better, stay with us. We're here to help you understand your body with clarity and comfort. Today, we're going to talk about something that sounds almost too good to be true, but it's grounded in solid research, a specific approach that studies show can significantly improve satisfaction for both partners. And here's what matters most. It's not about performance pressure. It's not about doing more or lasting longer. It's about understanding how our bodies actually work and working with that biology, not against it. So let's talk honestly, openly, and scientifically about what really creates fulfilling intimate experiences. Here's something most people don't realize. The way we think about intimacy is often shaped by media, by assumptions, by things we picked up from friends, or figured out through trial and error. But very few of us ever received actual education about the science behind physical connection. And that's not your fault. Most of us simply weren't taught this. So let me share something with you that might surprise you. Research consistently shows that only about 18 to 25% of women can reach full satisfaction through traditional intercourse alone. That means roughly 75 to 80% need something additional, some form of external attention, to experience complete fulfillment. Now, that statistic might sound discouraging at first, but here's the thing. Once you understand why this is true, it becomes empowering, because it means there's a clear, specific reason why certain approaches work better than others. And when you understand the reason, you can make simple adjustments that create dramatic improvements. The challenge is that most traditional approaches focus on depth and rhythm, things that feel intuitive, but they often miss the area that matters most for the majority of women. That area is the clitoris and the surrounding external structures, which contain over 8,000 nerve endings. To put that in perspective, that's twice as many nerve endings as the entire penis. So when most traditional positions create distance or minimal contact with this highly sensitive area, it's no wonder that many women find it difficult to reach full satisfaction through penetration alone. And here's what I want you to understand, especially if you're a man over 50. You have something younger men don't. You have experience. You have patience. You have the wisdom to know that intimacy isn't a race. It's a conversation between two bodies. Younger men often rush, focus on performance, think that intensity and speed are what matter. But research shows us the opposite is true. What most women value, particularly mature women, is someone who understands their rhythm, someone who takes their time, someone who focuses on connection, not just completion. And that's exactly where this approach comes in. All right, let's get into the actual science, because once you understand how the body works, everything else makes sense. First, let's talk about anatomy for just a moment. The clitoris isn't just the small external part you can see. It's actually a much larger structure, about 9 to 11 centimeters in total length, with internal extensions that wrap around the vaginal opening. Think of it like an iceberg. What you see on the surface is only a fraction of what's actually there. This entire structure is incredibly responsive. And here's the key. When this area receives consistent, gentle contact during intimacy, it dramatically increases the likelihood of satisfaction. The problem with many traditional positions is that they create separation between bodies. That separation means minimal or no contact with the clitoral area. And without that contact, most women simply can't reach full completion, no matter how long things last. Now, in the 1980s, a psychotherapist named Edward Eichel studied this exact issue. He wanted to know what specifically makes certain intimate experiences more satisfying than others. And what he discovered was groundbreaking. He developed something called the coital alignment technique, often shortened to CAT. And in studies, this technique was associated with a 56% increase in reported satisfaction among women. That's not a small improvement. That's transformational. So what exactly is CAT? At first glance, it looks very similar to a standard face-to-face position. But there's one critical difference that changes everything. Instead of the traditional alignment, the male partner shifts slightly upward along the female partner's body, so that the base of the penis rests against the clitoral area. Rather than the typical forward and back thrusting motion, cat focuses on a gentle rocking rhythm, up and down movements that maintain consistent contact with the external sensitive area. This shifts attention from internal movement to external alignment, and that's the game changer. Here's why it works. Remember, about 75 to 80% of women need external stimulation to reach full satisfaction. Most positions create distance, but cat maintains continuous contact with exactly the area that the majority of women need activated. In one study published in the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy, women who practiced cat reported a 56% increase in satisfaction. That's from one simple adjustment in positioning. And here's what makes it even more powerful. Both partners stay connected. They coordinate their rhythm together. The male partner guides the downward motion, while the female partner leads the upward motion. This coordination builds a gradual rhythm that allows both people to move together, increasing intensity slowly and naturally. This is exactly what leads to deeper, more fulfilling experiences. Because it's not about one person performing for the other, it's about two people moving as one, in sync, responding to each other. So now let me walk you through exactly how to do this. This is your complete step-by-step guide to the coital alignment technique. Step 1. Initial positioning. Start in a standard face-to-face position. She's on her back, you're facing her, positioned above. Everything is normal so far. Step 2. The critical adjustment. Now, here's where things change. Position yourself slightly higher than usual. Your chest should roughly align with her shoulders. This shifts your hips upward. So instead of straight penetration, the base now rests gently on her external sensitive area. Step 3. The movement. Begin gently, using just the tip for guidance. Then let the rest softly on the external area. Now, shift to a rocking motion, up and down, not in and out. This isn't about thrusting. This is about rhythm. Your whole body moves as one unit in a slow, steady, rocking flow. Step 4. Coordination. The male partner leads the downward motion, while the female partner naturally follows with the upward motion. Maintain gentle but steady counterpressure. This creates a push-pull rhythm. When you rock down, she rocks up. When you rock up, she rocks down. You're working together, creating continuous gentle contact along her most responsive area. Step 5. Let her guide. Take it slowly at first to make sure she's receiving the right level of pressure. Pay attention to her breathing, to how her body responds. If she's pulling you closer, you're doing well. If she's tensing up, ease off a little. The essence of cat isn't perfect movement. It's patience and coordination. You're not performing, you're communicating. Now, while cat is highly effective, research shows there's another approach that some partners prefer even more. The alternative. Woman on top, facing forward. This position is often mentioned as one of the most pleasurable options because it gives her complete control over rhythm, angle, and speed, while naturally activating the external sensitive area. Why does it work so well? When she's on top, she directs everything: the depth, the speed, the amount of pressure. And because about 96% of women need external stimulation, either alone or alongside internal movement, to reach completion, this position allows for natural contact and control. She can rock forward and backward, generating friction exactly where and how she needs it. How to make it work. For her, when you're on top, don't just bounce. Rock. Lean forward slightly so your external area makes contact with his pelvic bone. Then rock gently forward and back. Maintain a smooth, coordinated rhythm. For him, your role is simple. Stay still at first and let her find her rhythm. Place your hands on her hips for support or gently explore her body, but allow her to lead the movement until she settles into her rhythm. Once she finds what works, you can add gentle upward movement that synchronizes with her rhythm. She leads, you follow. Now here's the secret that amplifies both techniques, whether you're using cat or woman on top. One addition can significantly improve results: manual stimulation. About 96% of women benefit from or require external attention, either alone or combined with internal movement. So combining positional adjustments with gentle touch produces the strongest results. During CAT, your hands are free. Use them wisely. Gently activate her external area while maintaining the rocking rhythm. The combination of position and touch can be remarkably effective. During Woman on Top, she can do the same, using natural body contact, her fingers, or an external device if she's comfortable. If she's shy, reassure her. Let her know that watching her enjoy herself is incredibly attractive. Research from Emory University shows that 7 out of 10 women need some form of external stimulation to reach completion. This isn't optional. This is essential. So make it part of your intimate routine, whether it's your hand, her hand, or both. Direct attention combined with coordinated rhythm gives the most consistent, rewarding results. Now let me tell you what not to do, because these mistakes destroy the effectiveness of both positions. Mistake 1. Going too fast. These positions require patience. Rushing destroys the rhythm, and without rhythm, the friction that creates satisfaction disappears. Start slowly, build gradually, let intensity increase naturally. Mistake 2. Forgetting to communicate. Every woman is different. What works for one might not work for another. Don't work in silence. Ask her, does this pressure feel good? Should I go higher, lower, faster, slower? Communication isn't awkward, it's essential. Mistake 3. Focusing on your own finish. The moment you start worrying about your own performance, you lose focus on her response. And her response is what guides everything. Stay present. Pay attention to her breathing, her sounds, how her body moves. That tells you everything you need to know. Mistake 4. Giving up too quickly. These positions take practice. The first time might feel awkward. That's normal. Keep trying. The more you practice together, the better the coordination becomes. And coordination is what makes these positions work. Here's what I want you to understand. These positions work because they're built on biology, not guesswork. Only about 20% of women can experience satisfaction from traditional intercourse alone. The rest needs some form of external stimulation. CAT and Woman on Top both provide that stimulation by design, not by accident. But more important than the position itself is your mindset. If you approach intimacy as a performance where you're trying to prove something, you create pressure, and pressure kills satisfaction for both of you. But if you approach intimacy as communication, where you're exploring together, learning together, responding to each other, that's when these positions become transformational. The goal isn't to check a box, it's to create an experience where she feels seen, valued, and completely satisfied. And when you combine research-backed positions with genuine presence and attention, that's when everything changes. So here's your action plan for this week. Try CAT. Don't announce it, don't make it a big deal. But during your next intimate moment, make that adjustment upward. Start the rocking motion. See how she responds. Pay attention. Is she pulling you closer? Is her breathing deepening? Those are signs it's working. Next time, try Woman on Top. Encourage her to take control, to find the angle and rhythm that works for her body. And both times add manual stimulation, either from you or from her. Make it natural. Make it part of the flow. Most importantly, talk about it afterward. Ask her what felt good, what she'd like more of, what she'd like different. That feedback is how you get better, not by guessing, but by asking and adjusting. Remember, great lovers aren't born knowing these things. They learn. They pay attention. They care enough to keep improving. And that's exactly what you're doing right now. Thank you for trusting me with this conversation. If this felt valuable to you, share it with someone who might benefit. Because the more we understand what actually works, the better all of our intimate lives become. And as always, take care of yourself, because you're worth it.